There are creatures and life forms out there that are literally godlike. A lot of the remote viewers who've encountered them, and I've seen a few of them myself, look upon them as transcendentalists. They manifest as living energy life forms, forms of light. They're the same kind that appeared when Jesus was walking around.
And he asked Admiral George Hoover, what's all this big secrecy about? What's the real deal? What's really going on here?
Right.
Because what's the big deal about Roswell and little guys from wherever they're from or whenever they're from?
Right.
Why can't we tell the people this? And the long story is that according to George Hoover, the biggest secret that the people must not realize, it's not this data about the technology or the visitors or the existence of the visitors. It's our own power. This is the biggest
It's
secret.
our own power, exactly.
It's our own power that we must not realize, because the greater secret is who we are, what we can do, what we can be. And they've got to keep us in our box, otherwise their game is over.
In the Bible, whichever one most people use, John 1, it says, in the beginning there was the Word. Remember that? Well, that was not even correct. In the beginning it was thought. Aren't words thought out loud? You pray, you put out thought.
Sure.
Meditate, you're hoping to receive thought. So we'll have to give an understanding, if you continue that thing, then really what is thought but God as you would know it? Okay, or the creation's thinking. Now the creation make manifest, as they say, or God made manifest, in different dimensions at many times, right? So we manifest at this dimension, this illusion, which you and I consider this hologram, right?
Right.
Which consists of the soul plus the vibration of light. And the vibration of light is the frequency that you consider looking at you as a solid object. Now what's holding that solid object together? Do you know? It's your soul.
Right.
Is holding within. It weighs 22 grams. They always tell you it's within.
Experts that are running this program and keeping this the greatest story in human history from people. The people have a right to know. And let me tell you why I say that. I shared this with Bill. I have always believed that if this were to come out totally, as big as it is, as dynamite as it is, that it would bring about an expansion of consciousness in people. That we would stop thinking of ourselves as Muslim, Christian, Jew, whatever. We would think of ourselves as human beings from one little tiny planet on the edge of a middle-class, mid-sized galaxy. And that knowledge in itself would bring us together as a species and as a race. And I thought, that is our survival. If we can bring ourselves together and think of ourselves as one race, one people. This knowledge that we're not alone and we've never been alone, I think would do that. I've been doing some remote viewing.
Right.
I've even had a couple of out-of-body experiences. I've been doing a lot of meditating. When you go in, when you step into that world, there is no time. And you can talk to anybody, everywhere, all at once. And now, that sounds silly to anyone who doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. When you step into that realm of timelessness, and you remote view, and you step out of your body, and you go into altered states, and you meditate, you're in a timeless, infinite reality that people communicate. You'd be shocked and amazed at the wealth of information that's out there just to tap into. The old ones used to talk about the Akashic record. It's real. It's real. And it isn't just about the past, because, Carrie, there is no past. Nor is there a future. There's only an eternal now. And a physicist sitting here in this room would say balderdash, because they wouldn't grasp for a minute what I'm trying to talk about.
Are you spiritually balanced? If you're not balanced, you're not going to go anywhere. That's the reason why they call this a prison planet. We can't get off. And the ETs I'm involved in are monitoring not only the physical world, but your soul level. And if your soul comes back in, it clicks on like a Christmas tree light. So we're trying to light up the whole planet to have those. At this point, all they can do is focus on those that are awakened to assist them. They're not going to do it for us. They would have, but they can't do it now. They said they would come down and help us clean the planet up. But it's too far gone right now, so we're going to have to go through this incredible tribulation. Are we going to make it?
Are we?
If you want me to, I'll read you the last message. It will tell you there's a reason for it. For as the creation is finding out what works and what doesn't.
I appreciate the opportunity to have shared a few things with you, and I apologize for some of the emotions. I feel very strongly about all we've been talking about. In closing, I would like to say one thing, is that I have, as I said, a love-hate relationship with the human species. I have a great belief in the future of mankind. We're not a mistake. We're not an accident. None of this is an accident. That the human species, the human race, in spite of all of its orneriness, is a beautiful race. And it has a future. And that I have a deep, deep belief that in time, we're going to go out there and take our rightful place where we began, our home in the stars.